All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I'm in the middle of this PayrollEFCore program. We're working on the FRM Employee Manager form. What I did while the last video was being produced here was I went in and made the changes for the update. If you haven't selected an employee, we'll give an error. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same stuff, except what I had to do is when we created the first name and last name are the same, okay, just what we had before. But over here, when we create these, now remember, we're updating, so we have to let it know where we want it to go. And since it's in a text box, we have to use a toString on it. So we see it there, and if it worked, then we're going to basically send it to the database. And here's our other one, same kind of thing here. We have to double check and put the hourly rate in a toString, and if it works, send it to the database. Then for piece worker, same thing. If it works, the price per piece here, and of course here, the commission percentage here and here, the sales amount, oops, don't need that, the sales amount here and here, and finally for the salaried employee, the salary and that would be here. Oops, and that'll have to be a .toString. And here. Again, if it defaults, we'll give an error. So I'm going to try to drop that in and see if it works. We'll see, I guess. So again, what I did here was I made an update an existing employee, and now I'm going to try to drop it in. All right. I may have some errors in here. Somebody's going to go back up to the top and try to look. Unassigned local variable emp. I thought we created an employee up here. Let's do this. There it is. Let's just do this up at the top. Now that's going to introduce some errors until I, whoops, until I bring it back in again. Let's see, there we go. So let's put that up at the top with the other stuff that we have in here. There. Hopefully that fixed the error that we had, but we'll see. Everything, as far as I could tell, was okay with the add. It's all up to the update now. What can I call this? DG. Oh, I think we changed it because I think it's just data grid view 1 now. Okay. That's data bound item, not data bound item. All right. It's not null here. Use of unassigned local variable. Okay, I think what that means is up above where we have created it, I think we have to set it equal to null. I think that'll fix this. We'll see. Let's go back down. Still doesn't like it. Use of unassigned local variable emp. Show potential fixes. don't want to use Copilot. I want to do this on my own here. Well, that's going to be an error there. I want to see if that's the only error we have in here. It looks like it is. Let's go down to the delete. All right. And current row is not an employee. We're going to change this. I'm going to put in a message box here. You must choose an employee to delete. No employee chosen. We'll see here, that's fine. Okay. All right, we haven't chosen anybody, so I'm going to move that return back into here. All right, that'll fix that. Now, let's verify that the user does want to delete the record. So we'll say dialog result confirm equals, again, a message box dot show delete So we're asking if they want to delete it. We'll say confirm the deletion. This will be a yes, no, and this will be a question. Actually, let's make it a warning. And we're going to put here, if confirm dialog equal yes, delete it, and then refresh the grid. All right, so I've got to figure out that one error, and on here, I grab this. And we're going to call exit, to spell it right, exit, geez Louise, exit program now, private void, exit program now, paste that in. Now I'll say do you want to exit the program? Actually, what I should do is go back to the startup, because I think we've got it in here, and I should just copy all this. Why not be consistent when we can be? go. Looks like I might be missing a curly brace. There we go. So that's everything except for the error that we have in here. Right there. Okay, I'm only at 10 minutes, so I'd like to pause and try to fix this. Not sure what the error is, so I'm going to try to look it up. All right, I think I found the error here, and as always, my problems were manyfold. Virtually every place in here where I was doing a if statement, I didn't have the return. So I added all of those. Plus, I do need to create an employee in my ad, but it was giving me an error when I was trying to use the same employee in, to recreate one in the update. Now it looks like at least I have no errors. Now I've not tried to run this. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. I'm going to try it right now. Save all. Let's make sure it's our active project. And then let's run it and see what happens. Of course, there were compilers. Oh, there's two of them. It's an FRM new startup. And I think I know what that is. Getting a null reference in here, and that's no biggie. And one here. Don't know if I put a question mark there. I'm going to fix it and make it worse. Nope. 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 Someplace in there I gotta try to fix that. So the problem is now inside of our startup form, if we look at the code in here, we are passing. Okay, this has changed now. The question mark. Yeah, I get that. I'm going to try to bring in this one, but I think it's still going to give me an error. And the error that it's going to give me now is the fact that it's also looking for an employee service. I haven't created a service yet, so I'm not sure how I bring that in. So let's see if we can do this. I have no idea if this will fix it. Let's go back into our employee manager. Employee service. We have that there. Don't know when we get back into here. The problem now is in here. I don't know if we can do this to fix it. Yeah, see, now it's giving us all these errors. That's where I thought I'd be. Not exist in this context. Show potential fixes. I do not want to generate that. Well, did I hope I started this back up again. And I did. I'm going to pause again and see if I can fix that error. Okay, I'm not sure if I fixed the problem or not, but I had to make massive changes in here. Still checking if it's -1. All right. We have to get this selected type, and we had to build this, and that is wrong because it's not payroll database. It's payroll database ASP03b. And then we had to create a service in here so we could pass it to the other one. All right, so let me stop for just a second. And now I'm down to, I'll have to look at these maybe, but I just have 2 warnings in here. I'm not going to worry about those right now, but let's see if we can get this thing to work. That would sure be nice, wouldn't it? Just hoping we can build this and not get any errors in it. Well, there's a start. So there's hourly. Oh my goodness. Payroll database ASP03b, isn't that what we called it? View. Payroll database 03b, ASP03b. Was not found in the application's configuration. It's right there. So that means someplace where I have to call it, I must not be calling it that. Payroll database ASP03b. So I'm going to copy that, or at least try to copy that. Payroll database ASP03b. Payroll database ASP03b. Stop the run here. Let's look here. I don't think it's in this file. So we can close that one. I think it's in the context factory. Payroll database ASP03b, so that's correct. And I think it's in the service as well. Thought it was at least. Maybe it's not in there. Home. It's not in there. But it has to be someplace, and I have to remember where it is. Is it in payroll program? Payroll database ASP03b. That might be where it was. We'll find out right now. All right, hourly. Still giving me that error. Son of a gun. Okay. Boy, I sure didn't think it would be this hard, to be honest with you. Copy. I'm going to paste that into Notepad. And I'm going to try to debug that. I'm going to try to debug it, and then I'll come back. I'm going to stop taping right here. Hopefully I'll find it, but after I get done with that, I'm going to run it, see if it works. And if it works, then I'll come back. And if it doesn't, I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry about that. See you later.